Although, unlike most people, not most, unlike some writers, I don't tend to base characters on people I know, because I think that then you start thinking of the character as the person, and if you like them, it makes it really hard to chop their head off, you know, or something. And if you don't like them, it makes you want to chop the character's head off even when you shouldn't, you know. I have, I think, in my entire career based 2 characters on real people. One in the Otherland books and one in Tail Chaser's Song, my cat books. But what I do is take little bits of real people that I know and mix them together to make characters. That said, there are characters sometimes in my work that have a lot of me in them as well. And that's because I know me, you know, so it's easy for me to know what somebody like me would do in a given circumstance. They're almost never the hero, almost never. If they are a hero, then there's somebody like Theo in the Der Blumenkrieg, yeah? Like Theo in the War of the Flowers, who's sort of like me in a lot of ways, but he's not a very good hero. So I try to take parts of things from people, and I take things I hear of people or hear about them or I see, but I almost never just take people and put them directly in my work. So, does that answer the question? Okay, good. And you, sir?
You mentioned before that you like what you like about writing is working alone. Here, Dragons of Tinkertown, 2 volumes.
Yeah. Well, because I had to think of something to do because she was around the house all the time anyway. For those who don't know, my wife and I have been doing the Tinker Farm books together. No, actually that project developed specifically because we wanted to try to do something together. Deborah has been writing off and on for much of her adult life, but she was very unconfident about her writing. She didn't feel that she wanted to write a book by herself. I mean, she'd written some, but never tried to publish them. And so I think she's good. I think she has a lot of talent. And so I said, well, let's write something together. And therefore, you know, when we're working on it, if there's something you don't want to do, it doesn't work for you, you can give it to me, and so on. And also, because I've been doing this a long time, in real life, she was my editor. That's how we met. She was my English editor. But in the Tinker Farm books, I'm kind of her editor because I've been doing this so long. And so I can say, okay, well, I see why you did that, but here's why I might have done it differently. And here's, so, you know, just so you know, that's why. And just, you know, so we talk about the writing a lot, and that's fun to do, and we get to do the plotting together and things like that. So, I actually like working with other people. Before I was a writer, most of the things I did were collaborations. But there is a part of me, an evil, twisted, control freak part of me, that does like being the only person who gets to make the decisions. You know, I get to cast the story, I get to do the makeup and the costumes and the special effects, and you know, and there is something about that that's very satisfying. You know, nobody is ever going to be able to take away from me that when people like my book, it's my book. You know, my editors did not write it, my friends did not write it. I did, you know, that's a kind of a very satisfying thing that it came out of my mind. So. But I also actually really enjoy collaboration too. I would like to do it a little more often, I think.
Thank you. Ich denke,